I dismiss the fake and fickle realities that often confront me. I have to decide if they're even worth looking into. I have to set my filters to a final fixed point. The fake people aren't even there anymore. They are there, but not to me. Not to me at all. Right now I have an exceedingly scary indifference towards them, and of course this is in my life. Indifference is the purified devil. Luckily this indifference only exists in my outer world. Let's plunge inside, shall we? Inside I feel a slight pity for them, a kind of numb, melancholy feeling from witnessing their lives, witnessing their fakeness in its completely naive and raw state. It's actually quite endearing sometimes as well. I see some kind of irony there. They are so unreal that their fakeness sometimes becomes primitive and simple to my viewing, a quaint little secluded suburban novelty. Sometimes I feel the state of their being is there for us outsiders to look at and get a good laugh. Everyone needs a good laugh. There's a small crowd of us left in my community. There are very few of us under the enclave of realism in Redding, Connecticut. Out of the small cloud, an even smaller portion of us have the ability to see the real irony of what's going on without derision. Clarity, of course, isn't for everyone, especially not for those who don't try to understand realism. It would be great if we could have reality clubs, secret meetings held on a weekly basis geared to discuss what's real, what's not, and our observations of fakeness and reality that's around us every day. We would never get large, never hold things back, and talk about the absence created by an actual waking life for once. The meetings would be blunt and informal, and the only leader would be the one who spoke the truth most often on that given night. And of course, this is all idealism, a form of preliminary fakeness. Nevertheless, things must be said, and truth and subjects must be found. So if you don't mind, I will continue. People often pinch themselves to see if they are actually awake, to see if they are dreaming, to see how alive they are. I find myself doing the same, but not with me, with an opposite target, the assumed fakies, the Abercrombie girls. Daddy has taken care of them since birth, given them clothes, cars, computers, digital cameras, credit cards, nothing hard to deal with, no big hills to climb yet. They walk by me with their extra tight clothing, slightly exaggerated cleavage, upraised behind, dragging slowly at the lower regions of their corpse. They have lots of dangly jewelry, earrings everywhere, golden wristbands, mass-produced 14-karat gangster bling-bling, Jesus bling-bling if they're Catholic. They have the finest designer clothing, the best capri pants American Express can buy, halter tops, special ordered from Brazil, 40 pairs of shoes in their locker. They are hot. I give them that, but certainly not attractive to me. I don't go for the supernatural ones anymore. They tend to haunt. I often pinch them ever so slightly as they walk by. It's a recheck to make sure they are real one more day, to make sure I'm seeing and touching the truth. The fakies transform overnight, you know. Think werewolves. If their reaction to my pinching of the arm was fevered astonishment, I still know they feel human contact from the outside. I know they still haven't transformed fully yet. What happens when a transformation finally occurs? I'm not sure if you fully want to know, but I will tell you. Some of them are now increasingly transparent when viewed. The actual contrast and hue of them is toned away up there, and their tint and color setting also get real fucked up. A hologram would be the best comparison, I would say. Although these fakies are relatively transparent, a dark tan and hot pink colored fingernails are still in some semblance. Ghosts still need to be fashionable and trendy for other ghosts, after all. Even the undead should remain sexy to outsiders. Come on! Zombies? Now they are a perfect example of undead fashion gone wrong. No transparent fakie wants to be a zombie. God, the ragged clothes would be enough. But they've got that rotting skin. Ew, I mean, it's like, come on, zombies. Psh, haven't you ever heard of, Clear Cell? Whatever, loser. Fakies want to be as unique as possible. They want to be as beautiful as a rising sun, but outsiders know they look most similar to a dimming one. Communication between the realists and fakies is really difficult. Both sides appear to get the shaft with this. Both sides end up frustrated and lonely often. This is true for many different reasons. It's clear that some people just don't click, and I think it's clear that both of these types of people don't get along at all. Can't see it? Probably because everyone's still acting normally socially. The not getting along part is subliminally usually, but it's there, it's everywhere. I see it all the time in little spurts of quarreling. The two opposing sides coexist on the land and grow things. They grow unstable, friendships temporarily stable, one's acquaintanceships tolerance. Neither side is stupid enough, and even fakies often keenly observe the trends around them. They have to be aware of the trends to keep their dialysis machines of fakeness running after all. So both sides see the conflict, and both are adeptly aware of the Cold War rules implied, but neither is willing to say something or budge, that is, until tiny tragedies of uprooted sublimation are brought to the forefront. No one likes when this happens. No one likes when things are unresolved, when things get dire, a lot happens. The fakey army is hit especially hard when they get hit with truth. A huge high-powered mortar fire rains on their infantry camp, totally obliterating it. On the other side, the realists handle the truth much easier, like a low-powered rifle shot dinging off the side of their bulletproof military jeep. The fakies take it harder than the realists because the realists are using the exact weapon that the fakies fear and run away from, the real truth. I see the real truth because the fakies use a different kind of the truth, the real fake one. It's no doubt that some of them have thick skin. Thick-skinned ghosts, you say? Yes, many of them have taken the fakey transformation road in order to get away from the many hurtful truths and realities that subconsciously encumber them every second of their lives. Retreating into this defense mechanism is often clinically normal in dealing with the stress of life temporarily, but many of the fakies take it a few notches further than that, so their persona is out of control. They make their insecure internal basis for living appear to be a completely healthy, often popularity accompanying state of indestructible humanity. They often get compliments like, "I admire your strength," or, "Wow, you are determined with other people's ideas." Oops, did I say other people? I meant yours. The realists will never win the war because it never ends. Let's talk about defense again. Defense in some fashion appear to be the strong point of a fakie, with offense being their weakness. These would probably be switched from the perspective of a fakie. The thick-skinned ghosts lead the charging horde of emotional scarring. Accompanied social fear phobias have given them a seemingly infinite tappable resource for instant adrenaline in response to direct or indirect stimuli. This advantage gives them the capability of coming up with the loudest sounding responses. The louder and more forceful, the better. It doesn't even matter if what they say makes sense at all. Sense is something that can be constantly and consistently redefined by an average fakie. Sense of style, sense of self, sense of others, sense of actual reality. These can all be manipulated to go with the design perspective of the person. The twisted hybrid mix of tainted desires drives their catatonic state into a tree. Fakeness dies a painful death.